Kamala Harris, Trump compete for Michigan's blue-collar workers ahead of election. Vice President Kamala Harris and former President Donald Trump are vying for support in Michigan as they campaign for the upcoming presidential election. Harris rallies with union leaders to emphasize the importance of organized labor, while Trump targets middle-class workers by positioning himself as their champion. Vice President Kamala Harris rallies in Michigan's union halls, standing alongside the state's most powerful labor leader, while former President Donald Trump fires back from rural steel factories, urging middle-class workers to trust him as the true champion of their interests. As they compete for blue wall states with deep union roots, the presidential candidates are making their case to workers in starkly different terms. And nowhere is that contrast more significant than in Michigan, where both candidates are vying for worker support in a race that could mark a pivotal moment for organized labor. The American dream was really born here in Michigan. United Auto Workers President Shawn Fain told a crowd of several hundred while campaigning for Harris in Grand Rapids. Fain, who described Michigan as sacred ground for his union at the early October rally, warned that the dream was on life support and that unions like his were key to protecting it for American workers. Harris, who is planning to meet with union workers again in Michigan on Friday, hopes her message, amplified by supporters such as Fain, will resonate beyond the union families that once formed a rock-solid base for the Democratic Party. Her campaign has grown increasingly concerned about her standing with men in the blue wall states of Michigan, Wisconsin, and Pennsylvania, where they are looking to union leaders to help mobilize voters in a political landscape that has shifted in the winds of a rapidly changing economy. These concerns intensified recently when Harris failed to secure two key union endorsements that in 2020 went to President Joe Biden, who has touted himself as the most labor-friendly president in U.S. history. The International Association of Firefighters and the International Brotherhood of Teamsters both declined to endorse anyone, with the Teamsters citing a lack of majority support for Harris among their million-plus members. The Teamsters have traditionally been less reliably Democratic than other unions, having endorsed Republican presidents Richard Nixon and Ronald Reagan in the past. Some state-level unions have also diverged from their national leadership, with Michigan's Teamsters and California's Maine Firefighters Union backing Harris. Still, any break in unity within the labor movement could strike a blow against a party that has worked hard to restore unions as a central source of its power at the ballot box. When you talk about unions, you're addressing more than just unionized workers. Most people in states like Michigan have a family member or close friend in a union, said Adrian Hammond, a longtime political strategist in Michigan. Unions are just a vessel to get that messaging out to workers. Trump has seized on the union non-endorsements, claiming they prove rank-and-file workers support his vision for the country.